The Day Before. This was a game that was one of the most anticipated over the last decade, being one of the most wishlisted items on Steam. But now that the game has finally come out, it has become the biggest scam I think I've ever seen in gaming history, next to Anthem. Well, the game studio known as Fantastic recently shut down the day after the day before its release, which is kind of ironic. They've been apparently working on this game for about 4 or 5 years, but that's just what they said, and now that the game is out, we can actually testify that that's not the case. And to be honest, the fact that this game even came out was a surprise to me and a lot of other people who have been following what's been happening with this game, because it has been in development hell for a long time, and there was speculation that this game doesn't even exist. The release of the game was pretty fucking awful as well. This game was released about a week ago by the time we're recording this, and also is now gone. So there's that. We'll talk about that later. Either way, this was just kind of an asset flip. There was little to no features added to this giant pile of garbage that they put out. But that's not what it was advertised as. I'm sure that if it was advertised like that, it would not have been as wishlisted as it was. I doubt it would have had the following that this game had. Instead, it was advertised as a completely original open world zombie MMO where you can go and fight hordes of zombies with your buddies and go loot stuff, and it was going to be this crazy massive game. I mean, even in the trailers that they had, it looked pretty damn good. It was very convincing, which is why it had so many people who inevitably bought this game. But obviously that is not at all what we got. Instead, we just got the biggest cash grab of the last 5 years. The game was out for 4 days, only 4 days, and then the developers shut down their studio. They ran away with the money, and they've been coping on Twitter ever since, because that's what you do. But they've been trying to say please stop calling us a scam. We're not scamming anyone. We would never do that. We also didn't asset flip. This is not an asset flip. We made everything, which is not true at all. We'll get into that. On top of the cope that they did during the time of their closing, on the day that the day before released, they dropped this little message on Twitter, and it was just this big ass bullet point of shit they wanted their haters and their fans to know, They were trying to really connect with the people. This should have been the first telltale sign that this game actually didn't exist until about a year ago. I don't know how people bought into this shit. We're gonna go ahead and read this bullet point because I think that it highlights the absolute failure that went on behind the scenes of trying to keep shit together. To our future player who will dive into the game on December 7th, we made this for you so that way you will enjoy the game and it becomes a celebration. Together, we will continue improving the game and adding content, which obviously isn't the case because the whole studio is gone now. It doesn't exist. To a person who didn't believe in us, we made this game for you. 2. We accept any kind of criticism and don't hold grudge against you. Before we continue moving forward together, kindly allow us to note a few things. Please forgive us for not doing the best marketing and teasers. We learn something new and improve ourselves every single day. Please don't accuse us of something that is not true. We did not take a penny from anyone. We'll get into the numbers here soon after I read this, because they're actually kind of insane how much money these dudes ran away with. Please don't accuse us of asset flip. That is not true also. Our team worked day and night for 5 years to make our dream game a reality. Please don't underestimate our work. It wasn't easy. We are like you. We worked hard, and we are incredibly happy that our game will finally see the light of day for everyone to explore. To our supporter, no matter what, thank you for protecting us from injustice and fakes. Your kind words gave us the energy to create this game. Blessings to you. All right, so number one, yeah, it's a scam. They shut down the doors after 4 days. So there is no updates, there is no nothing. You cannot buy this game anymore, by the way. Completely off of the Steam marketplace. And number 2, you did take money, actually. You took a lot of money. You see, their peak player count was around 30K, right? And when this game dropped, it was around $40. When you do the math there, that comes out to around $1.2 million that this company just made in a day. That's not even counting the 4 other days that this game was up. Meaning that they probably made around $3-4 million. Because when a game is so shit that it is in front headlines of literally everything. People are gonna buy it just to see what the fuck the hype's about. And again, of course, you can't buy the game anymore, so don't even try. Anything else out there is most definitely a scam. And either way, there's not even a point. This game literally sucks. There's nothing of substance in this game. And number 3, it is an asset flip. As a matter of fact, a lot of people took to Reddit to make posts just listing the amount of assets that they found. And the crazy thing about this, most of these assets were made a year ago, meaning that the game was only in production for about a year. I don't know about you, but that kind of sounds like they were lying about that. Which, people lying on the internet, holy shit, man, I can't believe it. But hey, if you do own this game, you can officially say you own the worst piece of trash on the internet. So congratulations to you. Keep that shit on your computer. You'll be able to sell it in like, I don't know, 5 years for like 20K. I mean, same shit happened with PT, so I just feel like this sets a really bad precedent for the gaming industry as a whole. This wasn't like a Kickstarter where, you know, most games on there are scams to begin with. This was Steam. This was the most wishlisted item on Steam ever, I think. So the fact that you can just blatantly fucking lie about literally everything you're doing and still release this piece of garbage on the Steam marketplace makes me think that scams are gonna get a little more wacky and wild within the gaming industry. I mean, let's be honest, we already have AAA gaming industries and companies feeding us slop year to year. Call of Duty has been the worst it's ever been, and it's just yearly fucking garbage. I mean, you can literally look at anything EA produces, most of it 9 times out of 10 is just slop. It's the same exact game. We're already getting scammed by them. I really don't want to be scammed by indie developers as well. This reminds me a lot of the Anthem issue, where like they just released this dog shit and completely advertised it as something else. And then when the game came out, it was like bricking people's PlayStations and just made things unusable. Because that's what this is. This is unusable pieces of shit. And the only reason I think that it was even released was because extra money. I mean, if they were actually working on the game and if they were actually passionate about the game, they wouldn't have released it in this state, like whatsoever. They would have actually just kept it in the pipeline for years on end to make sure that it is the perfect game. And you know what? I think people would respect them a lot more for doing something like that instead of what this was, because this is garbage. Hopefully we don't see any more scams like this, but honestly, the fact that it already has happened with the day before, I think it's gonna happen again. Like I said, this is setting the worst precedent for the Steam marketplace. And I think there's going to be a lot more indie developers that come into the scene and just take your money. So PC players, please be careful on the Steam marketplace for anything that is literally a fucking scam. Because the next thing that gets overhyped like this, if there are any red flags, just don't even attempt to buy it. Don't wishlist it, don't do anything, just leave it behind, because your money will get taken. I unfortunately did not get to play this game. I kind of wanted to. I've been following it for like the past 2 years, and I knew it was going to be dog shit. Telling by the way that they were advertising this thing and just the way that they were talking about it, something felt off with it. And fortunately, I didn't spend money on it, but very unfortunately, I didn't get to stream it. I would have loved to stream this game. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please leave a like. Please leave a subscribe too if you like my videos. And hey, hit that bell notification if you want to, because then you get notifications for all my videos. Shout out to my members, Magic and Harley, for supporting all the videos I do and all the dumb shit I do on this channel. The last video, you guys seem to have a problem with the water, which go check out my last video if you want to know what I'm talking about. Listen, all you have to do is fucking take the trip, go find the water, and wait. It's not going to come to you, you must take the journey. You can fast track that though for only $5 a month. And for those $5 a month, you become a silly goose, which means you get all the perks listed right here. Sound pretty good, doesn't it? Pretty epic. I wish I could do that, but I can't, because I'm the silliest. Anyways, if you like this video, go check out the last one. I thought it was pretty good, so